Hello, hello. It's Talien here with this week's Speedpaint Sunday. You might notice this one looks a little bit different than usual. That is because today we're actually going to the real world and not Genshin Impact. It's a first for this little series. That is because this one is a commission for Darkdoombob, who donated on the fundraiser. Um, and claimed this reward. So, hello, Otis. Welcome to the stream. Ah, yeah, something a little bit different this time. I think it's definitely going to be challenging because I'm so used to like the Genshin art style. And you know, obviously, a lot of this um is speed paint is about finding the shortcuts and doing things in like the in a very rough way. So that's going to be very different for an actual photograph as opposed to something that's from a game that's already like stylized in its own way. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge, but I think we can figure it out. Um, Also this, what was I gonna say? Right, this image is a lower resolution than most of the ones I've been using, so I'm probably gonna have to like adjust my uh brush sizes and stuff. So sorry if it's a little bit awkward. Um, I think I'm already having like some lag. What's going on? Hmm. Well, we'll see, I guess. Okay, the horizon line is fairly high over here. So the main things really are we have this like red paved road over here. We have the beige concrete here with the rails, and then of course we have this composition with these buildings kind of stretching into the background to this vanishing point there. So that's pretty fun. This part is going to be really hard because there's clearly stuff back here, but so much of it is obscured by the trees that, and even like in here, there's the trees and the trees shadows, and it's really hard to make out any details of even like where they meet. Um, and I could try to like zoom in and try to see what details I can make out, but I think ideally for this sort of drawing where, I'm on a timer, I'm trying to shorten or like, you know, abstract away as much as I can. I think I should try to lean into that and make this more of a blob. Kitty is also here, trying to distract me as always. So we'll see what I can do with all that. Um, so this is like around the halfway-ish point of the image. So like around here. Is that good? I'm not sure. Big tree over here. I guess I should probably just put in lines for kind of guidelines. Uh, this is tricky because I'm very bad at drawing straight lines. Oh gosh. There are too many straight lines in this image. I don't like it. Um, so like this line is approximately where the crosswalk is. This line is approximately where the rails start. And there's so many like parallel lines that are so close to each other. This is going to be really tricky. Oh gosh. Yeah, I think if I just draw it fast, I have a better chance of getting things right. Mm. I don't know. I feel like I don't. Yeah, this line is like too low, I think. Just fast line. That's... Well, you know what? This this image is also not entirely straight, so maybe it's fine. Yeah, I shouldn't go too deep on the lines here just because when I go in with the actual colors, it's going to be different. There's this. Yeah, this is just pretty much going to be all trees. Trees. I feel like this is actually kind of too long on mine. Because again, I think you really need to get the lines pretty precise, and I'm not doing that here. Whoops. I'm going to have to redo these lines again when I do the actual colors, so it's going to be a problem. Hi, cat. I think that might be a decent place to start. We can try to put in some more of the buildings. Kind of like that. We have like windows here and stuff like that. Okay, no, where's... So this is the bottom of that building, right? Yeah, so we need to adjust things a little bit. Kind of like that. I think let's go with that. Well, let's kind of do our usual thing and start with the background and work our way up from there. That's probably too much. Thank you for drawing my picture. Thank you for donating to the fundraiser. It is much appreciated. This is gonna be interesting because I've never done one of these in like I don't know if I would even say a realistic style because it's not really gonna be a realistic style, but I mean in like from a real world photograph. I think we're really gonna need to go in more on... That's maybe a little bit too much, but we can blend it out. Yeah, there we go. That looks good. And then we go lighter for down here. Sure. Just blend it all together. I think that's good enough for the sky. The clouds are not super important. If we have time, I'll go back and put them in, but for now I think we can leave them out. Okay. So, where do we even want to start? I think we can put in the like ground first. So we start with like a pinkish color for this. That's not right. Let's be pinker. That's pretty close, I think. Close enough. I'm gonna go with that. We'll just kind of fill stuff in with that, because then we can draw other stuff on top of it. Okay, we'll go like that. And then the stuff more in the front here. Hello, Splitch. Welcome to the chat. That's actually decently close. I think it's a little bit too bright. We'll start with that and then, whatchamacallit? Oh gosh. Can I draw a straight line, please? Oh, that's actually not too bad. I think we'll need to go lighter on some of this. Actually, we really need to get lighter. Yeah, I think that's a better color. Okay, well, I'm not going to recreate the straight line, but we'll put in more. We'll attempt more straight lines when we put in the rails, but I can't make any promises. All right. Do I want to put the rest of this stuff on the same layer? I kind of do, to be honest. I kind of just want to put it all on the same layer. I feel like that would be okay. I think we can actually pretty much use this color for this building. Although this side that's more in shadow will be bluer. You know what? Let's just... Nah, let's not fill it in with that color. Let's start with the real color. What color do we make this? It's like a blue-grayish color, I think. Is that too green? I think that's too green. That's way too dark. Is that an okay color? That's not terrible. I think we might need it a little bit greener, or a little bit bluer than that. Oh gosh, I'm having some lag again. I also really like how you can see there's a little bit of red reflecting up onto this like brick wall too. It's quite lovely. Put some of that, put a little bit of so this bottom part is, I think I'm going to try to cover up with all this stuff. That's going to be a little bit tricky. We'll figure it out as we go, I think. I do think this needs to be way more blue. Also, I think it's not lined up quite correct. Oh, maybe. Maybe it is. Let's put a little bit of, where was this, the pinkish color? Although if I do that, it kind of blends into the ground, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. How do we make this more blue? Gonna be some interesting shading in here. Well, I think let's leave that for now as just kind of a blob, and we have to come back for details later. As we usually do with these, to be honest. I think we kind of need to extend this out more to where I had this before. Okay, this color, we'll take our ground color and then make that darker and more orangey, I think. How's that for like a brick color? That's actually, I think, pretty spot on. Is that good? I think that's a good color. Oh gosh, and I still can't draw straight lines. Okay, maybe we'll leave it at that for now and just start trying to put in some of the other stuff. Let's just put this all in with greens. I feel like it's not quite the right shade of green, but it's good enough for our work right now. Would it be good enough for this? I think we need more of the darker color in there. And we definitely need to go way, way darker in some of these places. Maybe go bluer too. Like, I can't even tell what the heck is going on back there. We're gonna need to go in with the, whatchamacallit, the thickest brush probably. And while we're here though, let's also give some highlights to these trees. We're gonna need to get more yellow for that. And we also need to get a thicker brush. That's not the right color. I think it just needs to be more yellow. That's okay. Yeah, that. Let's go in back here, fill this in with greens. Then this, I guess, I don't even know what to fill that in with. Was this our regular pinkish color for the ground? Let's just go in with that first, and then we'll give it various shadows and stuff later. This ground shadow. I don't know, it's something very dark. It seems very bluish, very purpley. Let's try something like that. Oh gosh. We're probably gonna need a thick brush and probably very small. That's kind of doing it, I think. It's like not placed correctly though. It should be like higher. The color is also still not quite right, I don't think. I think it's just too transparent. It's letting too much of that pink through. I just need to... just keep layering it in until the pink is gone. Yeah, I think it probably should have been more blue than purple, but close enough. We can kind of mix it with this, what was our dark green? Oops. Yeah. And you know what? Let's go ahead and fill this in with the dark green too. Like there's stuff peeking in through the dark green, but it's very hard to make out. Let's maybe put in maybe some of our other... that's not quite right. We'll leave that, but no, you know what? Let's put this in first, just as a start. And then add some other stuff. I feel like this tree is coming out the wrong color. It needs to get darker. And I think it, in general, just needs to be yellower. Get our, like, medium-ish green and put that over in the corner, too, while we're at it. Not quite the right color, but maybe close enough. And let's get, like, there's all these cars and stuff here that are also, like, in shadow that I feel like maybe we should just put this color for, the purpley shadow color, except maybe let's make it more blue now. Don't really see any of the details there. Let's try to put in the rest of this stuff too. There's like more buildings in the red there, and like more... put these ones in that color, sure, whatever. There's just various colors going on there. What else? Let's put in a little bit of the, like, of the markings on the street, and just to, like, get the layout, you know. Okay, this is gonna have to be one nice straight line. That's kind of too thick. Come on, I can draw a straight line. I can do it. Oh no, this is such a struggle. Okay, I think that might be as good as it's gonna get. Is it possible for me to get the crosswalk in there? That might be as good as I can do it, to be honest. Okay, we have like that kind of stuff going on. There's Okay, there's stuff. We'll try to put in the yellow markings too. You know, those are like kind of overlapping the shadows, but well, you kind of get the idea, right? It's sort of kind of coming together. Let's get, what was our, this color, we can try to put in more of this. Actually, I maybe shouldn't have gone in with all the lines yet because I should probably add more like dimension to these roads first. Now I'm gonna have to kind of do it around the other stuff, but we'll try it. We'll try it. I think I'm actually gonna just take this color and put in a little bit of that in some of the darker areas. Just give it some more like texture. Like you can see over here, the color is kind of worn away. Oh gosh, I am getting a little bit of lag again. I might need to turn off my face. So apologies if that happens. This is like not working right perspective wise. So like here, if we look at here, we have like kind of a triangle shape, and mine is like not triangular enough. It's like too big. I think this needs to go that way. And this honestly probably should have been higher. Let me see if I can just kind of fix that up. Better, I guess. Okay, we'll do that, and then actually we'll take this color and put a little bit of that in here where it's kind of, where the color is kind of wearing away. Do that, and then this also, I think maybe, let's just go in with a bit of white for the lighter bits. Just a little bit. Just lighten it up a tiny smidge. And then for the darker bits, we go for like, just like a grayish color. I think that's not dirty enough. I think it needs to be grayer. This part in particular still needs to just be even darker. Yeah, I don't know. Just keep going grayer, I guess. Close enough, I think. Let's put in these rails, I suppose. So we're at halftime. I think we're doing okay. There's definitely a lot of detail left to add. In particular, Okay, obviously we need to put in the rails, and I really want to put in more of the detail in the buildings here, put in some of these windows and some of these decorations, which obviously I'm not gonna have the full detail, but at least some of it. And like this stuff at the front, these plants and whatnot. Maybe the like railway crossing barrier thing if we have time. But yeah, rails. Rails, kind of a grayish, purplish color, right? Right. It's pretty gray. What color? It's pretty gray. Maybe give it a little bit of blue. God, oh gosh. Um, I think I'm gonna put that on a separate layer just so it doesn't blend in. Otherwise, it's gonna be a huge pain. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I can't draw straight lines. I'm very sorry. Oh God. Why? Okay, how do I do this? Maybe if I angle my thing more to make it more of a comfortable. No. Oh my God. How does someone draw a straight line? I do think part of it is just the pen tracking is maybe a little bit not super smooth, but you know what? What I can try to do is where's my brush properties? Where's my brush properties? Ah, here we go. What I can try to do is add more stabilization. Jesus Christ. This is the final boss of drawing over here. What is going on? Maybe I should just try to draw it as fast as possible and hope that it works. But see, now they're like not in the right place. Jesus. I'm so sorry that you guys have to watch this. This is horrific. You know, I could cheat. I could actually use a straight line tool. Oh my God. Oh, this is just funny to see how much I struggle with something so simple. And then trying to make them parallel is even worse. I think that's as good as it's gonna get. Come on. And see, they're like not... what's the word? They're still not spaced correctly, even if I get it relatively straight. The problem is it's not in the right place. Oh, why is it doing that? I feel like, is it something with my tablet that it has like a curve like this? Like you see that, right? Where it's like kind of following that same curve. Okay, that's decent. Right? You guys are seeing this curve. It like goes a little bit down here and then a little bit up there. Ah. Okay, now if I can just draw one more line that like follows this. There, oh my God, there we go. That's as good as it's gonna get. We're gonna stop there. That's all for straight lines. That's all the straight lines you'll get out of me today. Okay, I would ideally like to make this thicker. Can I do that? Why is it going up? Okay. That's gonna be as much as we can do, I think. Oh boy. All right. So back to this. Let's get one of our nice dark bluish colors. Maybe even go like this. And put in some windows and stuff. I think we need that thick brush. Let's go ahead and take, let's even like the darker color. And our dark green. Is this the dark green? Yeah, maybe. Maybe we need a less dark green. These, and they can also get a little bit of that. Sure, why not? I guess let's put in some of the other colors and stuff. There's other stuff going on here. Just put in a bunch of other colors that are happening here. Why not? Just give it all this stuff. I think this color would be okay for putting in all of these things up here. Let's get that. And we can also put in actually like that. Yeah, there's like stuff going on there. That's cool. We can put in some other colors. These things, or actually let's put them separately. Yeah, we're not going to get the full details of them, but whatever. And I think if we get our bluish color and just use a thinner brush on it, we can kind of put in... oh my gosh, what's going on? Whatever's going on the sides here. Okay, yeah, there's like stuff happening. We can put some of... yeah, give it some more shape. We can also shape these parts a bit too. Oh boy. I feel like that tree is kind of ending up way too big relative to everything else. Oops. I feel like my perspectives in general are kind of all over the place here. Hmm. I don't know. What else can we do here? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and turn off my face because I think we're having some lag. All right. I do think my placements and perspectives are like not quite right in a bunch of places, but also that's really hard to fix once you've messed it up. In particular, I think this area is just too tall. I think this horizon line should have just been shorter. You know what? I think we actually maybe can fix that. We just go ahead and like erase up to here or so. And then we can put maybe the tree back in, make that go lower, and then fix everything else up to also match the same line. Like these trees and, or not trees, cars and stuff happening over there. We'll take the white and then make that go like that. Okay, I think that's better. I think, are we, yeah, we're kind of running into the edge of the blue there, but it's fine. It's fine. What else do we need? I think, is it worth trying to put in any details of these cars and whatever? Probably not, to be honest. Oops, I'm drawing on the wrong layer. Maybe I'll try to put in something. There's something vaguely car-shaped over here, and another one over there, and there's some lighter colored ones back there that maybe we'd need a different color for, but whatever. I think that's about as as good as it's gonna get for the cars. I think these trees kind of need to be closer together. There are some cars in the back here too that we can potentially try to draw. I think this also ended up getting a little bit too high. Let's carve that back a little. I think it would be good to put in some more detail on whatever the heck is going on here. In particular, we can get our shadow color in and put in this part. Oh, like really looking in to see what's going on where. There's like shadows all over the place. Shadows from this tree. I know that looks really funny. Also this shadow and this crosswalk are like not interacting correctly. That looks really weird. Let's maybe try to define the edge of this too. I think. Oh boy. Let's see. What else have we got? It would be nice to potentially get more detail in these rails, like they have a shape and they have like light reflecting off of them, but because they look so thin and because they were such a struggle to put in, I don't know if I can really do this. I think maybe we might need to get them a little bit thicker first. Guys, guys, help! I have met my match. And it is straight lines. Bane of my existence. I'm gonna try just doing them a little bit at a time. Oh God. Why? Why? Okay. That's getting somewhere, but now they're like too close together. So we have to erase a little bit in between them. This is awful. I'm so sorry. Okay, now let's see if we can get a little bit of like light going in here. I think I'm gonna have to zoom in on this. I don't normally do that, but this is just... Oh my God, no. These are like microscopic lines too. I don't think that's happening. I'm sorry. I could maybe do these ones. Oh my God. Guys. Guys, this is terrible. Was that worth it? I don't know. Maybe. I think I'm gonna have to stop there with those. Oh, this is so bad. Um, I would really like to put more detail in this shading here. Let's we get like some of this. Um, oh, that looks so nice. Oh, that's lovely. Look at that, those warm colors reflecting onto it. So good. Um, let's put some darker colors in there too for a bit of contrast. And then back with maybe like that. That looks nice. Okay. Well, we don't have a lot of time left. I don't know what we can really focus on for the last bits. I don't know. What do we need? We can put in the clouds. We can try to put in this bit and the, what's it? Maybe the power lines at the top. Oh, also, we forgot, or rather, I would say I forgot the sign here. That's probably kind of important. There's also like various road signs and stuff, but those are unimportant. Let's, I guess, try to put in, we have this layer here. We'll try get like a nice grayish color in here. Yeah, it's a good color to start with for that. I can't even tell what the heck is going on down here. This is, I think that's part of the, like, what's it? The contraption for raising and lowering the bar. Give it some highlights. There, and on that. And up here. And in there. And then the bar. I think we can put it in with this color first. It is tall. Goes all the way up. And then can we, or can I, get in a straight line You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. And then what reds do we have? We should try to reuse an existing red. Because this red is really in shadow, let's make it more like purpley. Okay, I am going to zoom in on this. I do also want to be able to see what it looks like on the original, so let's try to do it like this first, and then if I really need to, I can try to zoom in. No, I think it would be easier zoomed in. Damn, even the thick oil paint brush is like barely showing up. I think because the thing I'm trying to do is just so tiny. Okay. Okay, let's try to do it with a brighter red just because it's gonna fade in so much that we need a strong base color. Okay, I think that's as good as that's gonna get. So we can end that there. We have a couple more minutes. What else should I try to put in? I can try to put in the clouds. That might be a good use of time. Though there's not a lot of clouds, but there's enough. They are very small clouds, so maybe they're not very important. There, just a little bit of cloud. Well, I guess we could also put in the power lines just for completion. More straight lines. My nemesis. Oh god. These need to be super thin too. Come on, come on, come on. Let's get a straight line. That's maybe as good as it's gonna get. Is that good? It's not really straight, but they're power lines. Come on. They don't have to be 100% straight. All right. Anything else we're missing? I mean, obviously, this doesn't have a ton of detail in it, so there's going to be a lot that's missing, but I would really like to be able to put more stuff in there, but it's just so hard to see what the heck is going on in there. I don't even know. There's stuff happening. There's stuff. Whatever. Um all right, anything else we can fix up? Can I just like clean up the edge of this a little bit? Okay. I think that might be all. Well, that was a that was a challenge. I feel like it was a challenge in like an unexpected way. I really didn't expect those straight lines to trip me up as much as they did. That was painful. I'm sorry if it was painful to watch. I do really like the shading in this wall here. That was quite fun to do. But yeah, there we go. Maybe I should fix something up in here too. It's like hard to see what's going on in there. All right. I think we're done. Our very first real world speed paint. It definitely looks rough, but you can see the idea, right? If you squint, it definitely looks very similar. All right. Well, thank you for coming. And thank you again, Darkdoombob, for requesting this and for donating to the fundraiser. So, yeah, I'm glad you guys could be here. Yeah, cool. I don't really have anything else to say, I guess. We don't have a wheel to spin today because I already spun the one for next week last time, and we got a redo, so next time is going to be a redo. Also, if anyone else, first of all, if you want to get your own Speedpaint commission, go ahead and click the links I have in the descriptions and whatnot to go check out the fundraiser. And second of all, if you have already donated and requested a Speedpaint commission, please send me your references because I have not gotten any other references and I'm still waiting for them. Thank you. It looks really cute. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy it. Cool. All right. Well, I'll see you guys next week then. So I think there might be schedule interruptions next week. Tuesday should be fine. Thursday is questionable. And then Sunday Speedpaint should be normal. All right. Well, thanks again for coming. I hope you guys had fun. And we'll see each other next week, hopefully. Bye-bye.